Good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you, everybody? Oh, good morning. Today we're talking about parents, and this subject is so huge. I'm not even sure whether one dialogue is enough, but I will try to at least cover the basics today. Morning, Helen. And then we can see what we'll do. Maybe I'll do another dialogue about it, or maybe we'll see how it will go. I also, especially for this live, I recorded the meditation. The meditation is um, heal your relationship with parents. It's really powerful. At one point, I used to do it for 2 months just to heal my not only relationship with parents, my perception of my parents, but also the overall uh, relationship with my ancestors, and I opened the channel of power to me like that. Now, you would ask me, why would you know what? Before I will start, let's start with this. So somebody asked me last time we spoke on Thursday. We spoke much about the outside debt created with the indebtedness inside. And so I said that we don't owe anybody nothing. So somebody wrote to me, well, then what, I'm not supposed to help anybody? I shouldn't be helping my parents? No, that is not true. You should help your parents if you feel like, if you're open to helping your parents, that's you can do that. But you shouldn't be helping your parents when you feel like you have to. So even if you don't want to help them, but there is kind of circumstances that push you to do that, set up a particular budget that won't break you. Like, let's say, I'm not sure, depending on you, depending where your parents are, maybe $200-300 a month, and just automatically send them this money, and that's it. So you wouldn't be thinking about it. Oh, I need to do this, I need to do that. Or if it's about calling your parents, the same thing. You can just basically decide, okay, so I'm calling once a day, 8 a.m. every single day, and that's it. So don't overthink it. This is what creates indebtedness. When you start thinking and thinking and overthinking this like non-stop and all the time. So that's basically it. But you can, obviously, you can help. You can do charity. You can help your parents. You can help anybody you want. Just help from the right position. Don't help from position. They're so weak and I'm so strong and I'm so, or I'm so good and everybody's so bad. Give it from the position that okay, I'm abandoned, so I can. That's just fine. Won't change my feelings towards them anyhow. So this is one thing. Another thing somebody mentioned about and she said that I think my heart chakra is blocked. I want to mention something. To block a chakra, it takes a lot of effort. Don't think that it is that easy and that possible. Honestly, it's not like that. To block a chakra, something really serious might happen. Serious. Like, for example, second chakra you can block if a woman is raped, for example, or like when she was a little girl. When she would be grown up, probably won't even. So it takes a lot of effort. Don't think that some of your chakras are blocked. They might be just inactive. Like, for example, if you were brought up and you kind of independent and you work for everything that you need, you solve your issues yourself, you kind of all the time on your own for the most part, then you probably are working on your third chakra, your masculine chakra for the most part. Now, because you're working with your masculine chakra, all your other chakras are basically dormant. Like your pleasure and your heart are not needed for the most part. So that's they become dormant. So don't think that one of your chakras might be blocked. Honestly, I've seen it very rarely. Doesn't happen that often. Usually, it's not that they're blocked. Usually, it's just that they are not used, and it's hard for us to start using them. For example, if I'm used to do everything by myself, so I used to operate on third chakra, and now I will start getting everything in pleasure. It will be very hard for me because I'm used to get everything myself. Now I have to trust the universe and just sit and wait. So that's it. But chakras don't get blocked that easy. Honestly, you really need to something really need to happen for it to get blocked. So don't believe in that something is blocked or unblocked. It's like from my experience, from all my clients, I hardly seen anybody that had something seriously blocked, honestly. Okay, so that's that. Let's get to the parents. Now, why I decided to do this dialogue? I decided to do it because parents are important. Parents are our roots, and this is our strengths. Whatever you will tell me, whether your parents are alive or not alive, whether they are with you or not with you, whether you are in good relationship or not, they're still your strengths. And fixing relationship with parents, you're not doing it for them. You're doing it for yourself. I had a client and I killed myself working with her for a year. All I wanted to do is for her to fix the relationship with parents. I knew she had a lot of potential, but because of her relationship with parents, it just was not going anywhere, nowhere good. And I really exhausted myself in that. I mean, I did everything I could to make sure their relationship like at least somewhat decent. And like half a year ago, after we were working for so long, she wrote to me, "I'm grateful that you helped me to fix my relationship with my mom." And yes, you see, it propelled her in life, just just by fixing relationship with the mother. I mean, this is that important. Yeah, you can be successful without fixing the relationship, but that success will be always, it's like your first chakra. It will be always weak if you don't have good balance, good base. So now, as a feminine woman, so we're women here. At least I hope so. We To be truly feminine, we have to have good relationship with everybody. It's like you can't give pleasure if you don't know what pleasure is. You can't give love if you never felt love. So if we could not have a excellent relationship with our parents, I mean, how are we going to build relationship with our kids, with our significant others, with our friends, with anybody? So a feminine woman must have good relationship with everybody, especially with her parents. Especially, like, you couldn't imagine how important it is, and I can tell you from my experience, it changes everything around. Now, somebody a long time ago asked me, thank you. Yeah, the dress is so beautiful. Um, Somebody once asked me, what is karma? And I'll tell you what karma is. I don't really believe in karma. I believe karma is the family and the family and the ancestors that we're born into. So it's our kin that we're born into, because the family that we're born into will put certain information into our minds. Um, and we have to live with that information. We have to develop through that information, and maybe leave some behind, develop some new kind of traits and information. So this is basically it. We have to karma is we have to learn how to live in current circumstances, the circumstances we were born in. um, and uh, and that's just it. So for example, um, if my parents, if I were born in when my parents believed, I don't know, that you can only make money through working for corporate, okay, this is what I will start to believe, and it will be my journey to learn that no, you can you can get money other ways, and it will be okay. So stuff like that. Now, another, before I will start, I wanted to mention, whether you believe in it or not, whether you want to believe in it or not, we choose our parents ourselves. Our parents don't choose us. We choose the parents. If you work with energy a lot, if you are into this subject, you know that very well. Kids choosing the parents. Kids choosing the family that they're coming in. So if you have parents that are not very satisfactory, not to your liking, you choose them. And we choose parents according to our goals, development goals. So, for example, if my development goals are abundance, prosperity, security, I will choose parents that probably don't really care about that much. So I will have to overcome those that information that's given to me by my parents, and create and define that security and abundance in my life. And this is exactly what happened. My parents really don't care for material stuff too much. I mean, they always lived comfortably, but this is not their priority. They're different. They're energy of air, both of them. But on the other hand, even my North Node is in Taurus, so I have to. This is my my kind of my journey in life. So I choose these parents to teach me something and to learn to develop. And you did yourself too. Now you will ask me, what if I never knew my parents? What if some people that never met their parents? Well, this is the parents they chose. I mean, it is just that's it. There's, I my masters study a lot with different kind of masters. I study too. It just that's how it is. We choose everything basically. We choose the family, the country, the circumstances, everything comes according to our choice and our energy at the moment. So don't blame parents at all. Let's all take the responsibility that we choose these parents, and we should be grateful for what who we choose. We won't have different ones, and that's just it. So this is our should be the firm feeling, and the like the first feeling. Like I chose my parents, and I'm grateful for them. I couldn't have chosen better ones. Um, now, um, parents are our roots. So imagine that this is like a family is a tree, and you are a branch. Parents are the roots. Now, the parents can live without you. The roots can live without the branches. Now, the branches won't be able to live without roots. That's why I'm telling you, fixing relationship with parents are more important for us than for the parents. If you're thinking that you're doing favor to them, you are hugely mistaken and delusional. You're doing it for yourself and yourself alone. Your parents really don't care whether you fix it or not. They have their issues with their parents, and they probably more focused on that than on you. Even if you think that they're on your back all the time, chances are no, they don't. It's your perception. Um, Now, through those roots, through our parents, we get energy and power from previous generations. And if you will be doing my meditation, the meditation that I have on YouTube to heal the relationship with parents, you will feel it. We have like behind our parents there is our grandparents, then great grandparents, and like this we have generations and generations that are standing behind us. Remember, we're all energetically connected like that, and those generations, this whole family, this whole kin has a lot of power, a lot of energy, a lot of love, a lot of everything. And you have access to all of this if you have good relationship with your parents. Now, if you don't, it's like you still have that channel open, but that channel will be like maybe the energy wouldn't flow as it should flow. So now, if you will decide, okay, so I will scratch off my parents completely, and I will just socialize good with my grandparents, it doesn't work like this. You can't just scratch off a link in the chain of the family. You could not. So you have to fix the relationship with parents. There's no other way. No other way. And you do it for yourself. Remember, you don't do it for somebody else. So you do it if it will help you. Do it to open this channel of absolute power and abundance that comes through generations, for many generations in your family. Now, why do I think that this subject is important? Because I know from myself, from my friends, from my clients, from my previous clients, from from everybody, from my colleagues, that this subject is very deep. And if you have difficulties holding any kind of relationship, not necessarily relationship with the significant others, but maybe you have problems with friends, maybe you have problems with colleagues, maybe problems with whoever, with siblings. Also, if you have difficulties with money, security, then you have problems with your parents. If you could not build a relationship with the man, you have a problem with your mother. Whatever you will tell me, you have a problem with the mother. So all my consultations with you all, and I always ask, how is your relationship with your parents? And I usually get two answers. This is on average. They either in denial, so they say, "Oh, the relationship are perfect." Now, if you could not have a relationship with the man, then the relationship are not perfect. Why would they say this? Why would they be in denial? Well, because they used to this awkwardness. Remember, we're with our parents since we were born. So if I would have weird kind of kind of uncomfortable feeling around my mom, and I have it since childhood, it's just normal for me. It becomes normal for me. Doesn't mean that it's normal, but for me it would become normal, and I would think that this is okay. So they are in denial not because they choose to be in denial, but because they don't know any better. If you live with the same mom, well, I mean, there's only one mom, but if you live with parents for some time, you get used to this. You get used to any kind of awkwardness. Like I had a client, and she and her parents, would, her mom, they would just curse each other. I was shocked. I could like it's absolutely unusual for me, and I was present in one of those situations, and I was like I was not. Should I call the police? I mean, what should they do? And but for them, it was absolutely normal. When I asked her about that, and she's like, "What do you mean? This is just how we speak." So doesn't mean that it's normal. Doesn't mean, but for her, it was normal because she's used to it. So this is the first response. They usually in denial, and second response is usually everything is good. So remember, this is not a denial. This is a loyalty to parents. Where our parents are like our living gods, and since childhood we basically worship them. We learn to worship them, whatever, however they are, and whether the relationship are good or bad, we always say that they are good because this is out of loyalty to our parents, nothing else, nothing else. So these are usually so we will always protect kind of our parents whether we want it or not. This is two responses I usually get. Now there are other responses that people like some people just, oh my god, my parents are just hell on earth, and I don't socialize with them no more, this and that. This also happens, but I not very often. Usually it doesn't. This is usually happening with women that are masculine, and they just in fighting mode right now. They don't mean it honestly. So now, but I want to tell you, if you could not hold a relationship with the man, if your relationship with the man is awkward or strange, if you have issues with money, then the relationship with parents are not where they're supposed to be. Whatever you tell me whatever you want. That your relationship with your mom is good, this and this. You don't need to tell me. I mean, I see it. I just want to hear what you will tell me, what you will tell me yourself. Where is your perception? Where are you standing? This is what I. That's why I asked the question. I really don't need. I already know the from what you're telling me. I already know the result. So how the relationship with parents should be. Now we coming right. So we were born, we lived with our parents to a certain amount of time. While we were growing up, our parents give us information and energy that we need to live on our own, just like in animal world. When a giraffe has little giraffe, he basically she feeds that little giraffe. She teaches him how to get the food, how to do this and this. And once the giraffe is grown up, the giraffe moves on, doesn't really much looks back on his mom. He just moves on, gets himself a woman giraffe, and then he has baby giraffes. I mean, this is exactly how we're supposed to live. I mean, okay, granted, we're people, so we're not going to be exactly like giraffes, but still, this is a normal flow of life. This is how it should be, and we should also follow somewhat the same pattern. We were born, we growing up till 12 years old. We're in the same energy field as our mom, so we feel our mom very much. If you have kids, make sure that you're happy until they're 12. Otherwise, you will put all this negative energy towards them, and they will have traumas. So until 12, probably 11, 12, somewhere there. And after that, the kids become a little independent. They should start become a little independent. Maybe they have like a part-time job, or maybe they do something on the side like babysitting or some. So they have to become somewhat independent. By the time they got to maturity, so in United States it's 21, in other countries maybe 18, they should be completely independent from parents, completely, like no nothing else. This is healthy separation. We are not expecting nothing from parents. Our parents are not expecting nothing from us. We're a grown-up giraffe that moves on in life. So what should we feel once we're 21? How our relationship should be with parents? We're grown up now here. I put this life not for kids, so everybody who's listening to it is a grown up. So how you should feel towards the parents? When I mention you, your parents, you should feel the same way as you would feel about your favorite dessert. Like it's not here right now in front of you, that dessert, but you have good feelings about it, and you know that okay, so maybe I will go and I'll get that dessert. So like that, this is how you're supposed to feel about your parents. If you have any kind of hard feelings, like your heart got squeezed, or maybe you like jumping, or maybe you got tensed a little bit, this is not the right feelings. Even if your relationship is good, like you say, it's not the right feelings. You should feel just like about like your favorite dessert. Actually, you should feel about like this about everybody, about your friends, about your man, about your kids, about every single one in your. But we're talking about parents today, so let's stick to that. Now, this is what else you should feel. You should feel their strengths, no matter how old they are, no matter whether they are alive or not. You should feel their strengths. You should admire them for something they have, at least something, one thing. And you should look for those qualities for yourself. So, for example, my parents are energy of air. For a long time, I couldn't understand them because I don't have air. I really couldn't understand them at all. But what I liked always about them is that they're very easy and very unattached, and they connect with people easy. They socialize. We always had some kind of their friends in our home. So I always admired that. I'm not as social as they are, and I admire that. This is the quality I wanted since I was a child. Now, then I grew up and I had like everybody else. I had not such a good. My father passed away a long time ago, so I only have my mom, and I didn't have such easy relationship. But when I started healing my relationship with my mom, I started looking in what I like about her, and there were apparently a lot of qualities I would love to have, and I admire in her very much. Like for example, she is not bothered by things. Like I will tell you something. Um, I live in a building in a like one of these fancy buildings in Miami. Well, I don't know. And if we go to the beach, we can't use the front door to get in. We have to use the back door because we can have sand and there could be water. So okay, they have rules, I guess. Now, they told my mom a couple times not to use this door, but she doesn't care, and they just kind of got used to her, and she just walks in straight. Now, me, one time they told me I was one thing that I was upset for a couple days. Second thing, I never again went through the front door if I'm coming through the beach. So this is, and I like this about her, that she really doesn't care what they say over there. Like she has her own agenda. I mean, it's not like she's bringing buckets of sand with her, you know. But the whole point that this is what I like. Then you need to find something in your parents like that, something that you would want to have, something that you admire them for. So you should feel their strengths. You should feel absolute respect and gratitude to them. And you feel in gratitude not because they tell you to feel, but because they gave you life. This is the only thing they're supposed to give you, their life. And they helped you to survive to adulthood. That's basically that's all that was asked of them. Like giraffe mom doesn't doesn't buy a Lamborghini to the giraffe son and doesn't take him to London to study. Like all our parents had to do is give us life and make sure we could somehow survive to adulthood. If we are here, then they did our job. We should feel gratitude and huge respect to them. So we should feel their strengths, respect, and gratitude. These are important. And when I mention about them, you should feel about them like they're your favorite dessert. Now, with your mom, you should feel absolute support and love from your mom, no matter what you do, no matter what you are. So, if you will become 300 pounds, will your mom love you? You should feel like, yeah, my mom will accept me, whatever. I remember the first time I probably got tipsy, not tips, drunk. I think it was prom, and as I told you before, I cannot do alcohol. I got a hangover from a glass of wine. So, but it was prom, and I guess everybody was drinking, so I had a couple glasses, I guess too. And next day I woke up. It was first time feeling. I mean, I never felt like that. I had this headache. I wanted to throw up. I couldn't eat for like 2 days. It was really really bad, and my first feeling was my god, my mom, she's going to kill me now. But my mom, she actually came and she's like, feeling bad, huh? Okay, so I'm going to give you drink this water. I'm going to go to the pharmacy. We'll get you this pill, this. And so I was shocked. My mom was supporting me at that moment. And so this is how you should feel about your mom. You should not be afraid to say anything to your mom. You should not be afraid to share anything with your mom. You should know that she will love and support you with whatever you do. like um, like this is how you should feel: love and support from your mom, absolute love and support. So no matter how you are, no matter can you say my last name? No, I'm doing a lecture right now, listen. So this is how you should feel towards your mom. Now, with your father, now I also need to mention, no matter whether your parents are alive or not alive, whether they are with you or not with you should feel like this. They have energetic footprint in your life, so you need to feel like this. Like, no matter, my father passed away when I was 11, and I was had difficult relationship with him long after his death, and I had to heal when he was already not here with us. So this is important. Just because your parents are not with you doesn't mean that you don't have to heal. You still need to heal. So towards your mom, you need to feel absolute support and love. Towards your father, you should feel, this is how you should feel. You should feel like you can call him anytime and he will solve your issues. Like this, you should feel like he is there for you and he will help you with any issues that you have. Like, this is absolute. Like, for example, you got in trouble, okay, I can call my father. Worst case scenario, I can always call my father. You're short on down payment on a house. You like, okay, I can ask my father. Doesn't mean you have to do this. Remember, you don't. But this is the feeling that you should have towards your father. You should know that, like with me, you would say, well, your father was not alive. I mean, how how are you going to have this feeling? And I had a mentor who helped me with that. I basically was telling myself in my mind, because remember, we're working with our mind. Our mind doesn't see other people; it only sees us. So I had to basically tell myself something like this: if my father's spirit is next to me, I will ask him for help with something. And I used to ask for help. So, but it's just an illusion. We basically work with ourselves. We're not ever with our parents. Our parents are changing according to our change in mind, so to say. So, but this is how you should feel towards your father, and you should feel a little. If with your mom, you should feel absolute comfort. With your father, you should feel comfort, but you should feel like admiration and respect. You shouldn't feel very easy with your father. Definitely no discussing parents, like you don't discuss with your father your mom, you don't discuss your father with your mom. It is their couple. You don't have nothing to do with them. You have a relationship with your mom and you have a relationship with your father separately. You have nothing to do with what's going on between them. So remember, this is also important. Don't get into the wrong place. And this, if you want to hear more about the place, listen to the dialogue, systemic approach to life. I told you about that there. This is not your parents. It's their kind of life. You have nothing to do there. So this is how you should feel towards your parents: absolute support and love from your mom, and absolute and support and problem solution from your father, kind of. You should never ask your parents for anything. If they give you something like a gift, take this, but without any expectation. If you have expectations toward your parents, this is wrong. You shouldn't. Once you're grown up, you're on your own. You should never have those expectations. Expectations create energetic pressures. I told you many times. So no expectations. If your parents want to give you something, they can give you, but they don't owe you nothing. Once you are alive, grown up, you on your own. You should not give anything to your parents from the feeling of must. So again, if you want to give a present to your parents because you love your mom, you want to give her something, okay, give her, but um, never when you didn't give it to yourself. So for example, until I could not buy my mom a house until I buy myself a house. So I could not sacrifice my comfort for comfort of my parents. So that couldn't be. On the other hand, if I am going to buy myself perfume and I'm buying myself 5 different perfumes, okay, so I will take one for my mom as a present, like that. So I'm not sacrificing much here. And I'm doing it because I feel like generous today, so I'm doing. This is healthy separation from parents. This is how you should feel right now as a grown-up person. Everybody age 21 and over in United States and maybe in other countries 18 and over, that's how we should feel all the time. If you feel differently, then you need to do something about it now. Now, how to get there, right? I told you how you should feel. Now we need to decide how to get there. Okay, so you need to separate from your parents. Ideally, separation should start at 12 years old. Once you're out of your mother's energy field, you should be slowly separating from your mom, slowly separating from your parents, and that's how you do. Then you become teenagers, so your friends become more important to you. Then you start having some kind of ambitions. You want to study. Then your studies become more important for you. Then your career become more important, and slowly, 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 you kind of separate yourself from the parents. Doesn't happen always like this. So sometimes it happen, and then at one point we basically revert and get back to our parents. Um, because maybe we either need to finish healing, or um, we just don't have a life of our own. Why we don't have a life of our own? Because we didn't separate properly. So how to separate? You need to remember that you don't owe anything to your parents. They don't owe anything to you. They are your power bank that supports you with energy. They are not your ATM, they are not your babysitter, they are not your mentor. They are your energy. They are a channel to receive energy from your ancestors. That's it, nothing else. Or you have to deal with your money issues on your own. With your other issues you have to deal on your own, with psychological issues on your own, with all your problems on your own. You know that you can ask your parents for this, but you have to deal on your own. So for example, if I gain 50 pounds, yes, I know that I can call my mom and she will say, no, you look wonderful in any weight or whatever, but I'm not going to do that. I will do what I can to get myself back into my form. Or if, for example, I urgently need the $30,000, I'm not going to. Well, in your case, you probably are not going to call your father. You know that you can, and he will give you the money. That's the feeling you should feel. But with that feeling that you feel, you will be able to get the money yourself somehow. The same with me. I know I can ask my father spiritually for help, but I wouldn't. I know that it would be my last kind of resource, and that's how you should feel. You 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 on your own, and this is my second point. Learn to live on your own. Then now you will tell me, well, my parents don't support me. I support myself, and I even help my parents. Okay, but if you have your parents on your mind uh, more than 25% of your time, then you didn't learn how to live on your own. Money is not everything. We have other issues. Like for example, if you're like bothered and then you start thinking about your parents, if you have some kind of problems and you start thinking about your parents, like in every moment. So our energy is like this, but if our energy goes up or down, it's not already our normal energy. And if in any of these situations you start thinking about your parents, then you don't know how to live on your own. You need to learn how to live on your own. Imagine if you even want to do that, you can, for example, talk to your parents and say, hey, I am doing this healing thing. Let's not talk for like a week, and see for a week, observe yourself. Will you be able to live without your parents? You probably will, but you still will be thinking this would be ideal. And I ask a couple of my clients to do that. You don't have to. You tell your parents like this. I want to see how I will do on my own. Like if a grown-up person calls the mom 3-4 times a day, this is not normal. This is not normal. If you calling your parents when you're bored, this is also not normal. But you don't have life, you don't have there's nothing interesting going on, you don't have friends that you can occupy your time with. I mean, are you that bored with your life that you have to have your parents to entertain you? Like it's not all about money, it's about other things. Trust me. I know that I went through this. So learn to live on your own. Imagine that the parents went for a month to the mountains in somewhere, and they on a spiritual retreat, and you have no access to them at all. How would you feel for a month? Would you survive? I mean, this is how you should feel all the time. Like with the dessert, you are not going to jump up and run to get the dessert, but every time anytime you want it, it's available there for you. Probably you won't even go for another half a year or so. So this is how it is. um, then you need to find the strengths in your parents and focus on the strengths. um, it doesn't have to be the traits that you want to have, but some kind of strengths. There should be some kind of strengths. And you need to be focusing on strengths all the time, not on weaknesses. And I know it's hard with parents getting maybe a little older. We're getting older than they're getting older. We're getting older, but we need to really learn um, how to see the strengths in our parents. The more we see the strengths, the more the strengths will be shown to us. Our parents are strong, trust me, I know that, and they can they lived before us, and they will be absolutely fine without us also. Now, if you will learn to see the strengths in your parents, you will feel strength in you. The more you see weakness in your parents, the weaker you will feel. As I said, you are not you are not healing your relationship with parents for them. You're healing for yourself. If I would tell you, like for example, if your parents would be some super successful, super wealthy, super healthy, super known, I mean, wouldn't you be like proud to speak about them? You would be proud even to have them in your life. Like, um, so the same. I mean, now if you would have not such successful people, maybe not very good people, you would feel weakness. It would be your weak point at all times. And we need to start focusing on the strengths, not on the weaknesses of our parents. This is important, very important. And I went through this. I actually wrote a whole list of strengths for my mom and for my father, and every night before going to sleep I would reread them. And I didn't write them just in one sitting. I had to write them. For my father, I was writing for maybe a month. For my mom, I wrote maybe in 2 weeks. So before going to sleep, I would think about a few things. I would write it down, and I had to get, basically the list had to be 50 strengths of my parents. 50 for my mom, 50 for my father, and it took some time. And then I was rereading them every single night. Okay, so I like this, I like this, I like this. I like that my mom, she decides to do something, she does it, she doesn't overthink. I like that my father was focused on his gardening. He really liked all these exotic plants, and he was always planting them. I really liked that he was so focused on his hobbies that he didn't sacrifice his hobbies for anything. Like there were a lot of strengths that I really like about my parents, and you need to find them too and focus only on those. If it's hard for you right now because you are so used to focus on weaknesses, I mean, this is just what you need to do. You just need to learn how to focus on strengths now. That's it. You just rewrite your brain. Now you're focusing only on strengths. All right. Another thing is, don't teach them, don't boss them around, don't don't do any of this. Branches don't teach roots. If you will start teaching your parents, you will feel very weak. I know it from my own experience. Remember, parents give us strengths, they are our roots. If we will start teaching roots, we will feel very unrooted. Don't do that. I mean, obviously, like sometimes my mom asks me something with the phone. Obviously, I will help her. I mean, it's not like, but I wouldn't help her with the feeling, oh my God, she doesn't even know this. I wouldn't. I just know that, okay, I'm different generations. I'm more knowledgeable about technology right now than she does. That's it. Doesn't wouldn't change my feeling about her anyhow. I still see strengths in her. I mean, at least she's trying this new technology, trying trying to learn something new. This is amazing. I don't know whether I will be doing it. So that's basically it. Yeah, you help them with something, but you never teach them. And remember, no bossing around. Sometimes I observe this, and it's just sad. I mean, less and less now, but I used to observe. I used to work in finances. I used to have parents and kids come together. I heard things that were not so good. So Never. You remember, you have to have respect and gratitude to parents. How somebody that you respect, are you going to boss them around? Are you going to teach them? No, you would never do that. So like that, basically, no teaching, no bossing them around, none of that. Remember, you are the branch to the tree. You're not the root. If you will start teaching the root, you will lose the focus on what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to make new branches, new leaves. You are not. You could not be. You could not be focusing on the roots. You're supposed to get strengths from the roots and nutrients, but not teach them how they're supposed to behave like that. If you will start teaching your parents, you will feel weakness. I'm telling you, I did it. Not only me, other people too. Okay, another thing. So this is one kind of when you're like becoming a mother to your mother, and you just teaching her everything, how to live, how to breathe, how to dress. Another thing is when you are becoming too dependent on your parents, like when you call in every hour, when you are constantly like need their approval, need their validation, need their some kind of opinion. When you're like on their back all the time, this is also not good. You should call your parents maximum once a day. Maximum. This is even a lot. But for now, do it at least once a day and learn how to live with it. This is healthy. This is healthy. Nothing wrong with that. Trust me, nothing wrong. The relationship with parent, the healthy relationship that I've seen, that I observed, are absolutely not, they don't need to be on the phone with the parent every single second. They don't need. I'm not with my mom every single. My mom left already, but I'm not calling her every single time. Doesn't mean that I don't feel her love and support. I'm here. I mean, she's giving me blessing every morning, and this is something important, something that connects us. So no calling. This is another thing. When you feel like you are teaching and you are above your parents, start asking for a blessing. You will be very humbled very fast. It took me 2 months to ask my mom for a blessing. Let's see how long it will take you. And that's just it. This is where your position. Your position should be as a child with your parents all the time, not as a parent to your parent. All right. Don't. So I told you not to call them very often, but also don't avoid them either. You shouldn't be spending, so in your thoughts your parents shouldn't be taking more than 25%. Even 25% of your time is still much, your time and effort. But still, this is maximum that you can even spend. But don't don't completely avoid them at all. Like if you think that if you avoid your parents, it will, the issues will get dissolved, you're hugely mistaken. Because yes, you might avoid your parents, but these issues will come up with the relationship with man, relationship with your friends. You wouldn't be able to avoid them. So relationship with parents need to be healed. Look at me. I moved across the globe to United States, maybe to avoid that painful relationship that I had with my mom. What did I do next? I make her a green card, and she had to come here, and I had to heal. So no matter how far you will go away, at one point you will start healing. If you wouldn't be healing with your parents, then you will be healing with your significant other, or with your kid. Well, kids no, with significant other. And if you don't want to kind of to go through that pain with your man, then do it with your parents. They're here to teach you. They're here to help you. Okay, so remember the systemic approach to life, and if you want to watch that dialogue, systemic approach to life, that's how it's called. Where I tell that in the system of life, we're only moving forward. Everybody moving forward. Our parents were moving forward. Now we're moving forward. Our kids will be moving forward. Energy goes only forward, never to the sides, never backwards, never backwards. Remember this. This is very important. If you will disturb the flow of energy, the energy will put you on your place, and it would be a painful kind of placement. If you are going to interfere in the flow of energy, you will get punished for that. So move forward. Remember, you don't owe nothing to your parents, you don't owe nothing to your siblings, you don't owe to nobody. Focus on your life. Learn to live on your own, separate from your parents, and just move on with your life. Don't look around. Now, so for this dialogue especially, I made a meditation to how to separate from how to heal the relationship with parents and start receiving ancestral power. It's already published on YouTube. I'm going to put it in description, the link. Now, I want you to do this meditation for at least 2 weeks, at least every single day. I used to do it for 2 months until I started feeling like this. So this is how you should feel. You should feel like your back is falling into security. Like you should feel really secure in your back, like really, really secure. Like you should imagine that you have an army behind you. How would you feel? You would feel pretty damn good. You feel like you can do anything for the most part. This is how you should feel all the time in life. This is when your relationship with parents are healed and you start receiving energy from all the generations behind you. This is how you will feel. You will feel very powerful and very strong all the time. You like nothing would be a challenge for you if you would feel. So do this meditation every single day. You need to do it for at least 2 weeks. I did 2 months and I felt very good after that. Sometimes I do it again myself. I think 2 weeks should be enough because this meditation is charged with energy. So your healing process will be going much faster. But if you need to listen longer, so yeah, so do this meditation. Okay, I think that's it. If you have questions, ask. I will answer one more question I have here. Mhm. Okay, a lot of everything. So to sum it up, to be truly feminine, we have to have good relationship with everybody. And the relationship with parents are our priority. Without the relationship with parents, without good relationship with parents, we will never feel very secure. We will never feel loved. We will never feel very connected. So this is important. Healing the relationship with parents are not for them. We're doing it for ourselves. And if you want to be feminine, you will have to do this. I'm telling you, you have to do this. When I thought I can avoid it, it didn't work with me, and it took me some time. It was the most painful relationship, with the most painful healing journey that I had. But I did it, and I'm happy that I did it. So you will have to do it. Take the responsibility for your choice of parents. You choose the parents. Nobody else did for you. Not your parents choose you. You choose the parents. Now your parents, if you are alive and grown up, they did their job. They already they done they did what they had to do in the system. Now if you don't have a Lamborghini, or maybe you don't have a good trust fund because your parents didn't give you it, it's not their responsibility. They can do it, but that's not their responsibility. So take the responsibility that you choose your parents and just be grateful for them. Remember, parents are our roots, and if the relationship with roots are not good, we will feel very weak, and you don't want to feel very weak. Even if you will marry a wealthy guy and he's supporting you, you still will feel very weak. You don't want that, and he will then take advantage of you. So you could not skip the generations. You have to start healing with your parents. You could not just, okay, I will skip the parents and start with my grandparents. No, it has to go. You have to heal the parents' relationship. Everybody else will heal automatically. Once you will heal with your parents, you will open the channel to the power that will be coming from your ancestors. If you feel like your relationship with parents are ideal, but you could not have a relationship with men, with friends, like long-lasting, good, inspiring relationship, then your relationship with parents are not good. Just whatever you will tell me. Admit to yourself, find where it's awkward, and that's basically it. Now, by the time of your maturity, 18 or 21 or whatever age it is, you should be completely separated in from the system of your parents. You should start your own life. And once you are grown up and separated, this is how you're supposed to feel. You should feel. You should feel. When I mention your parents, you should feel like I'm talking about your favorite dessert. You should not feel any kind of tension, any kind of difficulty. You should also feel their strengths, at least one. There must be some kind of strength. You should admire them for something, and you want to have those qualities for yourself. You should and you should feel absolute gratitude for the life that they give you. respect and gratitude, but not like forever gratitude. Okay, so I have to be grateful now, I have to provide for my parents. No, you just feel thank you that they were able to kind of give you this life and help you to mature. That's it. With your mom, you should feel absolute support and love from your mom. Absolute support, no matter what you do, no matter how you look, no matter who you associate with, you know that your mom will accept you as you are. You should feel this absolute love. Doesn't mean that you're going to be acting inappropriate just to see whether your mom will accept or not. No, but you just know that whatever will happen, your mom will always be there for you. She will always love you. With your father, you should feel like you can always count on him in any difficult situation. Doesn't mean that you will count on him, but you can. This is how you should feel. You should not ask your parents for anything. You shouldn't even have any kind of expectations for that. Now, if you get presents from your parents, you should accept it gracefully, but you shouldn't be expecting anything. And you should not give nothing to your parents out of I have to. You can give, but only if you have already a lot for yourself. This would be a healthy separation. How to get to this? Um, you need to understand that in the system energy goes forward, so you don't owe nothing to your parents, they don't owe nothing to you, they already gave you. They your energy support, the energy channel, nothing else. They are not your ATM, they are not your mentor, they are not your partner, they are only your energy support. So they giving you energy, they are power bank. They give you energy, and that's it. And you just have to learn how to live on your own. You don't count on their support, you just know that you have it energetically, and that's enough. Trust me, that's more than enough. Remember, we're like giraffes. Once you grown up, you're on your own. You don't owe nothing to your parents don't owe nothing to you. On your own. Find strength in your parents and focus on them, no matter how they are, no matter whether they are alive or not alive. You only focus on their strengths at all times. Don't teach them, don't boss them around, don't become their parents. If you will do that, you will feel very weak. Don't call them every hour. You at least maximum once a day. That's the maximum. If you feel like you need to speak more, then that's already not normal. There is something. Either you are not happy with your life, you're bored with your life, or you have nothing. Why would you be calling? Or you're so worried about yourself and your life that you're just calling your parents to make sure they're okay. So that's not normal. Once a day maximum. Don't avoid them either. You shouldn't be thinking more than 25% about your parents, thinking or spending more time with them than that. Um, you should always keep in mind the systemic approach to life. So your focus should be moving forward, never backwards. You should always focus on how I can continue life, not what I can do to the life that was before me. If there is a choice between your partner and your parents, you should choose your partner. And I did mistake when I was choosing my mom many times, even though I didn't had to, but I for some reason I thought that I'm doing great. um, but neither of them asked me to make a choice. I just choose it kind of on my own. But ideally, you should choose the partner. You can continue life only with partner. You can develop only with partner, not with parents. Parents are, and they did their job. Let them live their own life and do the meditation. I'll put it in the comments. Meditation is powerful. Okay, that's it. If you have questions, ask. I will answer one question. Um, okay, about the energetic indebtedness again. Does energetic indebtedness count when I don't do something I promise myself? Like if I want to clean the balcony and I don't. Yes, that counts. But these are not serious energetic indebtedness. They're not, because at one point you'll be like, oh, okay, so let it be dirty. Or at one point you'll just, okay, so let me just wash it. These are short-term indebtedness. They don't drain you as much. Now, if you have a lot of them, and I'm going to do another dialogue about energetic indebtedness. If you have a lot of them, like if you're thinking, okay, I need to wash my windows, I need to wash my balcony, like I need to do this, I need to do this. Yes, they could drain you, but they don't create the debts outside. These are just short inconveniences. Honestly, they don't bother you. What creates debts outside is when it's constantly in your mind running, and you don't even know how to fix it. Like it would be hard for you. You know that the balcony you can clean very fast, just some time. How long will it take? I mean, 15, 20 minutes. So it's not it's something that's heavy on you, something that you need to put effort, time, something that you are not even sure how to do. Like it's something that bothers you for a long time, and constantly running in the back of your mind. So this is more important. Usually, as I said, usually it's towards our parents most of the time, and I hope this dialogue will help you to understand that we don't owe nothing to our parents and get rid of those indebtedness already. They won't help you anyhow. Heal the relationship with parents. Feel great with your parents. Feel amazing, and this will help you in life. Yes, you can get rid of all the indebtedness when you're with your parents and start making money, but then will you be able to have the relationship with people? Probably not. So your goal is not only to rid of all those indebtedness, but also heal the relationship so you can have amazing relationship with others, with parents, and overall in your life. Like you should feel very comfortable with people, and to feel comfortable with people, you need to start feeling comfortable with your parents. Like that, you should feel strengths from your parents, strengths that come in from your parents, instead of like this heavy feelings, like that basically. So yeah, so that's it. But if you have a lot of those, and then it's like, oh, I have to finish this book, or I have to do this, or I have to do this. Yeah, it's very heavy. It's very heavy, and usually it won't create a good result. If you clean in your balcony because you have to clean it, because you feel like you have to clean it, you probably won't be happy about this. Now, if you clean in your balcony because you want it to be nice and clean and you just want to enjoy, sit there, then it would bring better results and you will clean it much faster. So make sure that that's how you feel towards everything, not only towards the balcony. But I will do another dialogue about the indebtedness. Okay, if no more questions, then I'm going to finish. I hope this dialogue was useful. Let me know. Okay, so for now, on Thursday, we're going to talk about quickest ways to shift your emotional state, like from anger to, let's say, to neutrality at least. And on Sunday, we're going to talk about, well, I will see. I think about self love, but we'll see. Maybe I'll change it. I want to do a dialogue, become a successful gold digger. Tell me whether it's something that you would be interested in. If not everybody can become a successful gold digger, I'm telling you that at once. Like me, for example, I could not be. I don't have the energy. Not every energy could be. But who knows? Maybe some want to be. I will give you the pointers of how to become energetically. Obviously, this is all energy. You can pretend and try and do everything physical world, and we should. Obviously, we should kind of like you can move energy all the time, but if you don't experience life, that would be very strange. I can heal my relationship with everybody here, but if I will never go outside and talk to people, then my healing is just theoretical, and obviously we need practice for all of this. So yes, this is important, and but um, but but before we'll start doing the practice, we do need to know the theory, and that's where I'm coming in with all this with all these dialogues. I mean, once you know the theory, once you know what to expect, once you know how to deal with everything, then only you can be successful um, in experience it in the physical world. You see, like if I like when I was told that I couldn't teach my mom, I couldn't boss her around. Well, I never really was bossing her around, but I would teach her a lot. It was hard for me, but I didn't even know. It was hard for me before I knew and after I knew. But at least after I knew that I am not supposed to, it was already easy for me because I knew, okay, in the system of life, I shouldn't be teaching my mom. So that was easy already for me, easier than before. So basically, like this, you need to know the theory, but also you obviously need to go and practice. Um, like that. So I will give the theory about the if it would be interested about how to become a gold digger, and then you can go and practice. I know the theory, but it won't work for me. I'm too emotional. Energy of work cannot be gold diggers. They could be kept women, so somebody can support them all the time, but not a gold digger. So for me, this is not a career I can be successful in. but but somebody else can be. So I will give the pointers if you want to. Let me know. Okay, I think that's it. That's perfect. My computer is almost out of charge. So thank you very much for being here. I'll see you on Thursday at 7 p.m. and enjoy your Sunday. The rain stopped and it's beautiful Sunday now. Bye TikTok. Bye YouTube. Thank you everybody for being here.